Sound check, sound check. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to our live stream today. Before we start, let me do some technical check so that everyone is on the line. Let me see, is there anyone on our YouTube live stream? Is anyone on YouTube? No, not yet. Sound check, sound check. Can you guys hear me clearly? Sound check, 1, 2, 3. Sound check, 1, 2. So, all right, cool. Video started. All right, let me see. Okay, loud and clear. Nice. Okay. Finally. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome back to our live stream. Today, we're gonna have a little fun together. We're gonna try to trade the market, but not with a usual practice that I mainly use. So today is gonna be a live scalping session. Okay, today is gonna be a live scalping session. Now, what do I mean by a live scalping session? It means that we don't hold long positions. We are only gonna go in fast and go out fast, very quick, and we're not gonna, have any hope, any emotions to the market. You feel me? And more importantly, we need to stay zen and stay calm. Right? We need to stay very zen and very calm during this session. Now, before that, I would like you guys to really, really, pay close attention on what I'm trying to say. Now, I want you guys to understand, scalping is not for everyone. Okay, scalping is not for everyone. People that can scalp need to have years of experience, and also more importantly, you need to stay very stable during you're facing the uncertainty of the market. So right now, I want you guys to understand, we have Isaac, we have Erwan, we have Michael, Sam, Paul, Nixon, Danson. Everyone, Justin, is already in the group and waiting for us to play together. But I want you guys to understand, it is actually not a session for everyone. Okay? What I want you guys to know is that as a scalper, you need to have a risk tolerance that is mature. Okay? That is mature. So if you guys are ready to learn together, and I'm gonna share with you guys, what I have, my experience in scalping, right? Most of the time, 90% of my trading days, I'm a swing trader. I hold long positions, and only once a while I will do a little bit of scalping because not because I can, right? Because I can, and because the market allows me when it's proper, right? So this is the thing. Now, before we start, as usual, we're gonna start a little ritual. So to remind ourselves, that this is not for everyone, and when we're gonna do it, with precautions. So every day, before I start a live stream, before I start live analysis and trading, especially in scalping, I will tell myself every decision that I make is actually a betting decision, right? After I place a trade, before I place a trade, I do every single checkpoint and analysis that I can do to make sure that my probability in success in trading has a positive expected value. And after I place a trade, which is I place a bet, and what happened next has nothing to do with me. All right. So usually every day I encourage you guys to do it as well. Find yourself a ritual, right? A ritual is something that stabilize your mind, stabilize your emotions, stabilize how you feel. And after you do that, you go to the market with, a peace of mind. For me, I always use this little, this little toy right here that I bought. I use it for years already. So what I do is every day I'm gonna do it like this. And then I'm not gonna look at the result. Why? Because this actually tells me that I'm only analyzing and placing a bet, and the result has nothing to do with me after I place it, right? So guys, are you guys ready? If you guys are ready, I want to know, I want to feel your excitement. Please, in the chat box, in Telegram, in YouTube, in Instagram, show me that you're ready. Click yes in the chat box, and then we're gonna do live stream together today. Guys, we have 32 viewers in the live stream. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to learn, analyze, and trade with me? Click yes. Hi, Miss Raya. Hi. Welcome. All right. Let's do it. Now, first thing first, let's take a look at the menu. Let's take a look at what we have for you guys today. First thing first, what is live scalping session? Today is going to be a live scalping session. Now, live scalping session means that it is going to be fast in, all right, and fast out. Okay, this is what I mean by live scalping session, all right? Fast in, fast out. Okay, no string attached. All right, live, fast in, fast out. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do enter and exit within minutes. Okay, enter and exit within minutes. Okay, and which means that trades are open, close, and rapidly. Focusing on immediate opportunity and quick gains. in, out, in, and out, right? So we don't hold it, okay? After we spot a decision, we're gonna do it right away. And we're gonna target very small, P move. We aim for modest profit targets, which is like typically 8 to 12 pips per trade. And we're gonna avoid larger market swings. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna, play a little with that momentum. And then after we gain like 8, 12, rarely I go to 15 pips, and then I will just, come out from the trade. And third would be quick exit if no movement, which means that, trades are promptly closed. If price action isn't, working towards our favor, and we're going to minimize exposure and risk. All right, so this is what we're going to do. All right, live scalping session, fast in, fast out, only target 8 to 12 pips per trade. That is what I'm talking about. All right, and this is something important I want you guys to understand, right? This scalping session is aggressive. Okay, I want you guys, especially in our community, especially as a newbie with small accounts, I need you to understand what I'm going to do later, what I'm going to show you guys later is actually a very aggressive kind of trading. All right, so if we are aiming for rapid profit potential, but also equally rapid losses as well. So everything is rapid, like we're gonna squeeze everything into a few minutes. You try to picture this. Usually in a standard practice, when I do trading in swing, sometimes I hold position like for days, okay? And I have a breathing room for me to actually see because I want to trade with the momentum. But right now, when we're doing scalping, we are trying to monetize. We are trying to capitalize on the market noise, because the shorter the time frame, the noisier it gets. So scalping is actually not trading with the trend. Scalping is actually scalping the noise. You try to make full benefit with scalping, and you want to make like rapid profit potential, but also rapid losses, which means that you need to like being hit many times, and you still feel nothing. All right. So this is the strategy I want you guys to understand. This is actually not for small account. If you have $100 account, $300 account, $500 account, even $1,000 account, don't follow what I'm gonna do. Okay, this is just for educational purpose and also just to have some fun with you guys. All right. So small trading accounts and no beginner traders. If you are really new to trading, please don't do this. Just sit back, relax, and watch how do I analyze the market and do scalping. Okay. So if you're not comfortable with potential for both fast wins and fast losses, observe, learn without active participation. Do not attempt to copy my trades blindly. Yes? All right. Now, let's take a look at my risk management and my intention for today. All right. So I'm gonna use my scalping account. My scalping account balance is actual balance is 35,000. Now it's currently around like 2,000 plus loss, but it's fine because the scalping account that I use is actually a separate account, right? This is actually a separate account that I use, funded and profit from my largest swing account. So I have a larger swing account, which is a 6 figures account that is holding longer positions throughout the journey. And the profit that is generated from my larger accounts is actually, I will actually use part of the profit that is earned by the larger account for to separate it to do some scalping. Okay, because when the market volatility allows me. So this scalping account is meant for scalping only. It's created specifically for short-term scalping. It's for high volatility trades, and also it is for live execution session, right? So this is still real money, and every trade that I'm gonna do still carries potential risk. So it is not for long-term holding. Now, how the math actually works, guys. How the math actually works. I want you guys to understand the mechanics behind, quick before we actually, go into the market and analyze and trade. So we're gonna focus on 3 pairs. All right, Euro, US dollar, Great Pound, and USD JPY. Now, what I'm gonna do, the mathematics is simple. You need to understand in Forex market and you're trading CFD, a standard one lot trade is approximately $10 per pip, right? So 1 pip, 2 pip, 3 pip is equals, if you use 1 lot, it means that you have $30 per pip. So if a trader like me, when I'm doing scalp, I will use 10 lots, okay? And if you use 10 lots for a trade, the value quickly escalates, right? So 10 lots translate approximately to $100 per pip. I'm aiming for that sweet spot, right? One pip equals to $100, but if the price moves just 10 pip in our favor, the result of the profit is going to make us like $1,000 per position, right? So this is why I want you to understand. But it also means that if 10 pips turn against our favor, we're going to lose $1,000 in our favor as well. Everyone understand? Right? So for me, how do I actually control the risk, and how do I actually do scalping? So I'm gonna do a very precise risk management amount. So my typical stop loss for today is very tight. It's only like 6 to 8 pips, okay, for my stop loss. Rarely I go to 12 pips. I'm gonna be emotionalist, okay, when I do that. So 6, maximum 8 pips are gonna be my max. And if it's hit, we're gone. Hit, we're gone, right? So you need to understand, a 10 lot trade that I'm going to use, an 8 pip, is actually means that I'm actually risking $800, okay? And it actually represents 2 to 3% of the current account balance. You get what I mean? So I want you to understand that you need to understand that every lot size and every pip calculation is based on my account size and my account nature. You need to understand that the balance that I'm using is actually money that I am willing to lose all, because it is not my capital. You feel me? And stop distance and risk potentials. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So here's is what I want you to understand. All right. So now next, let's take a look at today's trading plan. Today's trading plan is very simple, same like what I'm gonna use every time. I'm gonna mark key levels from higher time frame. I always rely on key level that is from daily, weekly time frame to spot where is the market currently ranging and balancing. So I'm gonna identify significant support and resistance on higher time frame to to really have a good grasp of how the market sentiment is actually working, and also to confirm the structure, right? After we confirm the structure, and then see if it's aligned with our strategy. And we're going to define a stop and target, maximum loss 6 to 8 pips, all right, and profit target around 12 pips, okay, and execute and exit quickly, okay. Be decisive in taking profit and cutting losses, and then we're going to continue again. All right, reminder for you guys, do not force trade. Patience is the key. So today we're going to focus on 3 pairs. That 3 pairs is going to be, the first pair is going to be Euro US dollar, GBP USD, and also USD JPY, EU, Great Britain pound, and Japanese yen, right? So why this pair? Because it has really tight spreads, very high liquidity, and very clean execution, unlike other noisy market. So we're going to focus on EU, GBP, USD, JPY, right? Now, I want you to understand something, before we actually trade. My account size right now is 33,600 US dollar. So when I actually use 10 lots, okay, if the price move 1 bit, I gain or lose around $100. But if you have an account size that is $3,000, and if you use 10 lots, it means that you will actually still lose $800, right? So it is like contributable. You are taking like 25% risk of your actual account. What I want to tell you is a simple rule. Bigger account, you can handle bigger lot, and smaller account, you must reduce your lot size, okay? If you cannot do this simple calculation, please do not trade, okay? Do not attempt this when you have a very small account, okay? So this is what I'm trying to say. The risk that I'm taking is only contributing to 2 to 3% of my account, right? So now let's take a look at the market. We started off with USD JPY, EU GBP, and then we're gonna go to the, everyone clear, we're gonna go to the market right now and really set everything up. All right. All right, guys, let's go to the market and see. Okay, first thing first, let's erase everything we have right here. Let's turn it into yellow. No review for now. Right, we're gonna focus on EU, GBP USD, okay, and USD JPY. All right, so these are all the watch lists we're gonna have. Now before that, let's take a look at what's going on yesterday. I'm gonna show you guys the setup from yesterday as well. Yesterday, US dollar, USD CHF, we managed to do intraday trading. And right here, I want to ask you guys, a lot of you guys are in the group, right? Anyone make some really good profit from this one? Anyone make some really good profit from this one, right? Show me. If you manage to make profit from here, show TP. Okay, if you manage to make profit from this, show TP. Right? Show TP, guys. Right? Who make money? Show TP. Right? This is actually yesterday trade. So as I predicted, as I forecast, the market actually, move in our favor. And this is actually from yesterday. You see, it's going up, all the way here, go down, and then the market is still currently tradable, but it has created a really, short little resistance point right here that I'm confusing. But still, is it tradable? I'm not sure. But today, we're gonna forget about USD CHF for a moment, right? We're gonna erase this. We're gonna erase this. All right, we're gonna erase this so that we are not really tempted by, what's yesterday's sweet dreams. Okay. Now it's much more better. So for me, I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna actually, keep all this key level right here. I'm not gonna touch the key level right here. Okay. I'm gonna keep this because it is, the market is currently going into a compression zone. So for this one, it is still, tradable, right? This is actually still tradable. A huge, compression, balancing going down, and then it might have a true break. So for intraday trader, it is still tradable, but we're gonna take a look at later. But today, we are going to, right? We are actually going to, analyze first Euro US dollar together. Right? Now let's take a look. All right. So for me, I don't really like to, keep the levels that is from yesterday. I'm gonna like really draw the levels again. Let's analyze the market. Okay. For me, I don't really like, to keep the level from yesterday because it actually confuses me. And it also create a kind of bias where I don't like. So what I do is like I always remove all the drawings from yesterday because yesterday market is different totally from today. So usually what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go to Euro US dollar, all right, and we're gonna go to a higher time frame. Today we're gonna use the daily time frame as reference. Okay, first thing first, don't look at what is the trend. So this is invalid for us. Don't look at this one first, all right? We're gonna look at, right? We're gonna look at, what is the market currently doing, right? What is the balance, right? So for me, well, some recently market is quite difficult to read. Not really if you follow my instruction. So let's take a look at here, okay? First thing first, let's take a look at what is the balance, range of the market is actually currently going. Right here, we can see a very obvious range right here. Okay, so this is actually what is the main hypothesis that I trade on, usual days. I always, try to understand, where is the market, the buyer and the seller being agreed upon. So right here, you can see there's a very obvious zone from the daily, daily time frame, and you see quite obvious, right? So it means that the market is trying its very best to maintain this range, no matter how, what is the distance that it travel. Even though it breaks through, it has a strong pullback. It goes in again, and then it goes in again, goes out again, goes in again, goes out, goes in, right? And now it goes out, okay, the higher probability is that it will start to go in again. So if you really pay close attention on what is, going on in the market, which one has a higher probability? So a higher probability would be if there is a massive pullback after its breakout from the range section, then it means that it is much more likely that it will actually go back to this zone, right? It will actually have a much more probability that it will goes back to this zone. So for me, I'm going to really focus on, a short trade, a bearish trade in Euro US dollar, which means that if you want to scalp, we can scalp, but we're going to pay more attention on the, big direction, which is, a short trade. All right. So because we are trading intraday scalping, we're going to only use the big direction of the market as a reference point. So right now it is, we already understand, what is the reference point going on. So right now we're going to see what is the level that we can rely on to really, see where the market is going. Okay, first, very important thing is to draw the line, right? A very important thing, which is to really try to spot the level that is valid. So a valid level need to has at least 2 touches from, the wick. So the candle wick, we at least have around like 2 candle wick being touches. So there's a rejection here, a support point right here, but it is not that sustainable yet. You see, this is actually a very, this is actually a very, very good signal for us for, I would say, a short trade. I'm going to give you 2 reasoning. The reasoning number 1 that I will support to see a short trade for Euro USD is because that usually the market, disagree to really get out from the range that is comfortable. This is market behavior. So you see, if the market is like this, it is very unusual for it to really keep on traveling up. It will always goes back to the balance zone to maintain balance. This is how market actually works for hundreds of years. So if you see, a signal number 1 would be market always will try to pull back to that range, okay? And signal number 2 would be, a bearish, downtrend is being formed right here. So when you have 2 strong signals like this one, you can actually rely it, to really see that you might have a really nice, short trade position going on for big session. You feel me? Right? So this is the so I'm not saying that we're gonna trade for the daily time frame, but what I'm gonna say is that we are gonna pay attention on short. So guys, in the chat box, I'm gonna write some calculation. So Euro okay. Right. So EU US dollar, pay attention to short trades today, okay? So even though we are scalping, we're still gonna pay attention on short trades. Now we're gonna zoom into the 4 hours. Okay, we're gonna zoom into the 4 hours and see what is actually going on in the shorter time frame. Right? We're gonna see where's the price is being, rejected. So for 4 hours, obviously, there's a new range going on right here. It's being rejected somewhere around here. All right. We have a valid zone. Okay, so this is another zone for us to really take a look, So the market usually, have a compression, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, and then it will probably form, saw it, right? Can you guys see the structure that I'm actually saying right here? So I'm gonna take a snapshot, show it to you guys to see the valid reasoning so that you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. See the pattern, right? Right, so this is actually why I say that, this is actually the third signal that we are gonna, focus on really on short trade for Euro US dollar. So even though that we are doing scalp, but still we're gonna really, focusing on short trade because it is so relevant right now, right? It is so relevant right now. The market is moving in that way. So before we get too excited, let's take another confirmation. So far we have 4 confirmation. Okay, now before that, okay, just a moment. Okay, let's go to 5 minutes. Is it gonna try? Right. Okay, cool. So for 5 minutes, usually the trend, the key level that you really draw in 5 minutes is much more fragile, is much more noisy. All right, it is much more noisy, so I'm not going to rely on this one. But for right here, let's take a look at the 15-minute charts. Are we forming, a level that's being touched? Now, to be honest with you guys, currently the 5 minutes. Let me take a look. Whew. Let's take a look. I'm not trying to force an entry because we're gonna we don't want to force an entry. We wanna use the momentum of the pullback. So for Euro US dollar, let me take a look. All right. Okay. Guys, I want you guys to be patient. Yep, it's around here. All right, guys, I want you guys to pay attention. Draw a trend line. Okay, draw a horizontal trend line at okay, draw a horizontal trend line around this place. Okay, guys, we spot ourselves. I'm gonna mark it as a golden color. Okay, yellow color. Okay, so you go to 5 minutes. All right, guys, here's the thing. If we're gonna scalp, we're gonna scalp with not scalping like a gambler. All right. So what I'm gonna do for Euro US dollar is this one. That is gonna be a trigger point. All right. There's gonna be a trigger point that I'm gonna use as a reference. So are we gonna do it right now? Right now, if we enter, it is gonna be too risky. It's not gonna be scalping. It's gonna be gambling. There's a fine line between gambling and scalping, right? It's if you feel like gambling, but you still want probability to work in your favor. So for me, if I go in right now and scalp it, I'm using 10 lots, guys. I'm risking like $800 to $1,000 for that single trade, and I want to make sure the risk that I'm taking is actually the risk that is have the force working to my side. So for me right now, I'm gonna wait. Okay, I'm gonna set an alarm. So the market is currently going this place, right? And I'm gonna wait for a pullback to touch this place. Okay, and then right here we're gonna do a short trade going down. So for this one, prepare for a short trade around this area. Okay, and then we're gonna do like you know, around, yeah, maybe like 10. Okay, 10. Aim for like maybe we're gonna aim for around 12. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna aim for around 12. For this one, we're gonna aim for, yeah, maybe around, yeah, you can set the TP 122 is fine. We'll see how it goes. But for this one, this is the setup. So I want you guys to set an alarm right here. Okay, set an alarm right here for Euro US dollar. We found ourselves a spot, but we cannot enter yet. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm gonna share with you guys a screenshot about this one and tell you my setup. Okay. Okay. Now before that, let me do something else. So I always use ChatGPT to actually make a note, for, you know, just to make it sufficient. So this is what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna write it so that you guys will have a proper note in the chat box to understand the reasoning behind. And I'm gonna send it for you guys. All right. Hey chat. So here's the thing. I'm gonna, like, you know, I want you to write a note for my student in the Telegram. And this note is about a setting that we're gonna do for scalping. And for this one, we're gonna use, you know, the Euro US dollar, the price at $1.18. So it's gonna be 1.18667 as a level that we're gonna use as a hypothesis where the market is gonna hit there and actually, you know, achieve a pullback. And then that pullback itself is gonna, like, you know, rebound from the level and then goes down to TP around $1.18 for 6-1, right? But we're gonna do a scalp session, which means that if the direction is not moving in our favor, we're gonna cut out, right? So for this one, the stop loss strategy is gonna be around 1.18765, which is a 10 pip stop loss. I'm risking, you know, around like $100 per pip. So don't follow me if they cannot take the risk. So please help me to write a short compose note for my students so that I can attach it with the chart for them, right? So don't touch anything until the price hit 1.18667. All right, guys. Usually we don't have a lot of time to really type for you guys, so I'm gonna let AI do the job for me. But right now, I want you guys to pay attention on the chart setup. Inside right here, Euro US dollar. Okay. Oh, no, not this one. Sorry, guys. Not this one. We're gonna use another one. Yep, this one. Okay. So, scalping setup. Wait for my update in the group. Okay, just a moment. I'm gonna tell you guys my setup for this one. All right, guys, I want you to say noted in the group so that you are noted, right? I don't want you guys to gamble. I want you guys to really become a professional trader. Okay, read the notes that I prepare for you guys. And if you understand what I'm trying to say noted. All right, read it truly. Read it truly. Thank you, Jax. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna move on to Great Britain pound, US dollar, and see. All right, same ideology, but this time let's have a, you know, better look at the weekly time frame. Right, let's take a look. And remember to set an alarm, right? to set an alarm. We are scalping, but we are not gambling. Okay, there's a very fine line between scalping and gambling. So I want you guys to understand. Scalping gives you that kind of excitement. It gives you a feeling that like you are Jordan Belfort, like you're a Wolf of Wall Street, right? It makes you feel that you wanna like, you know, conquer the world. You know, makes you feel like you are on top of the world and you know the market is gonna work in your favor. But that is actually not how things work. Right? So for me, when I get too excited during my trade, I will try to like slow it down. I will write notes and I will remind myself, you know, using, you know, this little ritual that I have here. I'll just tell myself uncertainty and luck is not within my control. So when I feel that, you know, I can control the market, I try to slow the pace down a little bit, especially in scalping, guys. It is so easy to for you to get excited. It is so easy for you to think that the market is working in your favor. And because we are human, even me with 6 years of, you know, professional trading, still until today, the emotional feeling that I have when I'm doing scalping is still there, man. Like it really it is so easy to get to your mind because the volatility and the risk that you're taking, you know, especially even though that I have a, you know, 7 figures portfolio size, but still when you're taking risks, something fundamentally changed in your mind. Your nervous system act differently. And don't believe in the traders that tell you that, oh, I don't feel a single thing. You can just say fuck them, right? Even today, I still feel the risk, guys. So for me, when I'm doing scalp, I am not I am very, very careful not of the risk and the market. I'm very careful of, you know, myself. There's a voice in me is trying to tell me, you know, go in, go in, go in. Don't wait. You know, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. But the truth is, we always need to wait. We are not gamblers, right? Jack says, Nixon says we are scalping. We are not gambling. Thank you for further emphasizing that. Yes, we are scalping. We are not gambling. But still, it is so easy for us to become gamblers when we are scalping, right? All right, so the market is moving towards the level, guys. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Euro US dollar is actually moving towards the key level that I just, you know, draw right there. And for right now, have you guys, you know, already put the alert? If you guys already put the alert, make sure to put the alert there because I was gonna use that as a reference points for entry, you know, to really do a scalp, a short scalp for Euro US dollar, right? But right now, you know, try not to get excited. I always try to really, you know, when I look at the market and when I start to feel excited and I know that the market is doing something to fuck with my mind, I'm gonna change to another pair and take a look at another pair because this guys, even until today, when you're on stage, when you're doing live stream, when you have money on stake, oh my god, guys, you feel it. You really feel it, man. So right now, chill, and then we're gonna analyze the other market so that we forget about everything is now currently going in the Euro US dollar. Are you guys still with me? All right, let's do it. Now, first thing first, we follow the rule. Rule number 1, always spot the range. Okay, always try to spot the range. That's the reason why I always tell you guys why we want to spot the range, because the range is something that is happening for hundreds of years. It happens for decades. All right, I'm gonna show you some historical data with what's going on, you know, in previous market. This is what always happens in the market. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit so that you can have a better look. You see, the market most of the time is just traveling in range. You see, most of the time, it won't break, it won't do nothing, it will just, you know, it rarely break. Okay, and then it start to break a little bit. okay? But then it wants to come back, you see? It always wants to come back. It always try the very best to come back. So if you were to trade, you need to understand there's only two possibilities that's going to happen in the market. Possibility number one, which is the market break out and then it goes back to the range. Possibility number two, that it break out, it never could go back, it goes up and then it goes down, right? It goes back, goes down, and then it didn't come back, right? But usually 90% of the time, for my edge to work, 90% of the time, the market always goes back. It rarely goes up. So for me, as an intraday trader slash swing trader mixed hybrid, what I do is that I usually try to play with, I usually, really use that as a forecast, as a reference point. I will always see 90% of the time the market will want to go back to the range. So no matter I'm short, no matter I'm long, I'm still gonna use that as a reference, right? So same logic goes to, the Great Britain pound and US dollar as well. Now let's take a closer look. Now let's take a look at a closer look. Is there any like potential ranging, is forming in the weekly chart of Great Britain pound and US dollar? Let's take a look. Now the yellow line is something that I rarely use. If I use it, I'm going to use it for a trigger point. Okay. So right now, let's take a look at the wick. We're going to look at the candle wick, all right? We're not going to look at the candle body because wick is actually where the price is being rejected, where it reveals rejection but not acceptance, okay? So we're going to use this as a reference point. 1 touches, 2 touches, 3, 4. This is not really a relevant one, okay? For me, if you really want to see a really solid key level that is being demonstrated and rejected by the market, you need at least 3 rejection. But if visually you have, a level that is have more than 3, which is like 5 touches and still being rejected, that is a much more reliable, level for you to consider of. So let's say for this one, you see you have like 4 touches here, okay? And then you have like around another 3 touches here. So this is actually a much more valid level for us to draw, to consider that it is a key level, okay? So here's the key level. And the next thing would be, is there any like potential? This is a key level from, resistance. And next we're going to look for a support zone for the key level as well. So let's take a look at the closer one. Yep, we have a solid one as well. I want to show you guys, closely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? This is a valid one. So this one is actually a valid one. I'm going to draw a thick line. I'm going to draw a thick line here. Okay, a thicker one. It's a valid one. Okay. Before that, let's take a look. All right, so here we have a solid level that's consolidating. The price is trying to play around this zone, okay, in the weekly time frame. So let's take a look at, the daily. Now for Great Britain pound daily, okay. Now to be honest, this range right here, is much more chaotic if we look it from like the weekly time frame, and like the price is currently like playing around this range, so the range is kind of chaotic. It's extremely volatile, to be honest. So let's take a closer look. It's volatile. So sometimes when I'm holding position for like swing trade or longer trade, this is not something that I prefer to trade because it is, the market structure is chaotic. What do I mean by chaotic? You see, if you take a closer look, it is not balanced. It's like suddenly burst out again, burst in, burst out, burst in, like, so it is too chaotic. The range is like too big. is like too big, so you don't have a really clear structure where it moves balancedly around this place. So the zone is actually currently in a zone that is much more chaotic, to be honest. So when you're in a chaotic market, can you trade it? Well, you can still trade it, but it is much more, I would say, risky if you were to trade it. But still, let's take a closer look because we are doing intraday today, so we are just using this as a reference. Compression. Right, we have a compression, a solid one. Okay, we have a solid compression. Now let's take a look at the 4 hours to see what's going on. Well, price is currently being rejected at this zone. It still goes back and tests it out here. Extremely volatile. GBP USD, extremely volatile. Let's see. Do we have any levels here in the 4 hours? Being rejected. This is a strong level, guys. So here's the thing. Are you guys still with me? Oh, some people left. Guys, it's an exciting session. Why left? Don't laugh so early. Are you guys still with me? Okay, so here's the thing. If you were to really, look at the Great Britain pound, based on the structure and the compression of the price and the volatility, it is only logic where the price is actually, going from this section, goes down, right? It's gonna try to test this line right here, and there's gonna be a pullback, burst here, and then it's gonna come down and then to try it again, and then it's gonna go, to bust it up again somewhere around here, and then probably it's gonna go down again. But if I were to be extremely honest with you, for this section right here, will it like burst and go down for continuation to form a new trend, or it will like go like down to form like a bearish trend? For this one is uncertain, but if you were to do scalping today, then I think it's still a relevant point for us to really trade it. Now, how would I actually trade it? If you base on what we are looking now, we need some type of confirmation that is much more valid. Let's take a look at the 5 minutes. All right, so do we have a reference point? Well, I do think that we have. A solid one would be, this level right here, which is the $1.36, 1.36230. So here it would be a level. You can set an alarm. We're going to use it as a trigger point. Okay, a trigger point would be right here. So if the price touches this zone, okay, if the price touches this zone again, there will be a potential short trade here. So the entry, you can use a streak, 8 pips right here, and then you can aim for a 1 to 2. We're gonna aim for like around maximum, ideally 20 pips is fine for this kind of market volatility, but still we need the position to really hit, the entry point at 1.36. okay, 1.36230 would be a good entry point. Again, I would like to further emphasize, as much as I want to trade, as much as I want to scalp, but still I have a very strict principle that I hold. to myself is I am not a gambler. I am a scalper and I'm still a trader. And there's a very fine line of, between scalping and gambling, trading and gambling. If you know how to trade, it means that you know how to gamble. All right. If you know how to trade, it means that you know how to gamble. And what do I mean by gambling is that kind of hopeful thinking that you want to like forget about all the things that you learn from technical analysis and fundamental analysis and just click the fucking sell button and buy button and just go in. But if you do that, guys, if you really do that, then why do you want to trade? Why not you just go to casino? You feel me? If you want to do that, why not just go to the casino? And what I want you guys to understand, there is a gambling side within me as well, just like you. The difference is I now know how to tame my gambler. I know how to tame my gambler to a point where I can understand that he want to click the button. I understand that even there's no signal he want to click it, but still I'm gonna like tame it. I'm gonna refuse to really listen to that fucking noise because that make me lose a lot of money back in those days. And I don't want you to, make that kind of same mistake that I make early on. So for me, even though that we are scalping intraday trading, but still we're gonna wait for the confirmation to hit this price range as an entry point. So here we do have a setup, but right now, Great Britain pound US dollar. I'm gonna show you guys a snapshot on my setting right here. Download it. And GBP US dollar. Okay. So, yeah. So guys, I'm gonna also tell you guys, I'm gonna tell ChatGPT to actually write a proper setup for you guys as well. All right, chat, I need you to help me to write another note for my students. So this one is actually for Great Britain pound GBP USD. We are currently looking at the intraday trading of 5-minute chart, where the hypothesis is that the market is currently in a very chaotic kind of situation. It is a risky kind of market sentiment, but still there's a potential trade because we are scalping and intraday scalping. Now, the trigger point would be a key level that is actually from the 4 hours, and the price of that key level is actually the trigger point for us to do a short trade. It has $1.36230. So I want my student to pay attention on 1.36230 and wait for that confirmation before they place a short trade, right? Set an alarm right there, tell everyone to set an alarm, and don't do a fucking single stupid move that makes them a gambler before they place a trade. All right, so please help me to write an interesting little little note for them to remember. I've already showed them the chart, and it's okay to use curse word. I think it's fine. All right, guys, let's take a look at it. Anyone in the YouTube? I'm having some really good time with you guys. Let's take a look at the 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Almost there, almost there. Almost there, guys. Let me show you guys a note. Wait, I'm gonna share with you guys a note, all right? All right, guys, I already pasted the note in the chat box. Say noted. I want you guys to be a trader, not a gambler. Say noted if you read it. Okay? Say noted if you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay? Thank you. Thank you for the response, guys. Your capital is one of the top priority in our community. We don't want you guys to burst your account. We want you guys to grow with us, stay with us, become a successful trader with us. But we don't want you to, fucking get excited and then suddenly burst account, and then you start to say to yourself, trading is not for you, and then you go back to your boring job, you go back to your boring life, and then you look at your friends. Your friends is, you know, having the best time of their life, traveling, having a vacation, owning successful business, and you guys, you at first you want to use trading to, as you know, to learn this art, to learn this craft, so that you can achieve not only financial freedom, but, you know, self autonomy, full autonomy, to have control in your very own life. And just because you place a few stupid trades and then boom, account bursts, you're away from trading. We don't want that to happen, guys. We don't want that to happen. We want you guys to stay with us, grow with us, because we understand how precious it is to, you know, really to make it in trading. I learned it the hard way, and I want you guys to really, you know, just stay with us, guys. I don't want you guys to, you know, risk everything. Even that you have a like what, $100 account, $300 account, $500, it's fine, guys. As long as you are in the community, as long as you are in the channel, it's fine. You don't have to have an account size like mine to become successful. The only first thing that you need to grow in trading is not your wallet size, is your knowledge, right? And what I'm trying to show you right here, is patience. Do I want to click the button? Do I want to click the button even when the price didn't hit the key level that I draw? Of course I want to hit it, guys. I'm a human. I want to hit the button so bad. I want to click buy and sell so bad, guys. I want to hit it right now. I want to just like 10 lots, 15 lots, go in and then, you know, make a quick buck, 2,000, 3,000 US dollar and leave. I want to do that. I really want to do that. I swear. But guys, we are not a gambler. We are a scalper. We are a trader. You know, we don't want to do stupid things that burst our account and then we go back to our normal life and complaining, well, maybe this is my life. No, guys, we want to stay in the game. We want to survive. So please give yourself and me a little bit of patience and let the market and let the probability work with us, not against us. Promise? Like, if you can promise that, please in the chat box say promise, right? A pinky for me, promise, okay? Stay in the game. Stay in the game, guys. And do we have a potential euro US dollar, you know, try to like push it, try to like push the ceiling? Very slow, like an old man. Very slow, like an old man, but it's okay. We wait, all right? We wait. Euro US dollar. Thank you, you, for, you know, saying promise. Zoe says stay in the game. Michael say promise. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the response, guy. You know, you guys are one of the best, you know, best students that I have so far. It's been like a while that we grow together in this community. Okay, okay. Oh, guys. Euro US dollar, guys. Euro US dollar, guys. Prepare. Fuck that. It goes back again. Euro US dollar, pay attention. It's almost there. Let's open some music. Maybe we need some music. Anyone want some music? Wolf of Wall Street music. Is that fine? We do some Wolf of Wall Street music. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's almost there, guys. Almost. Wait. Come on. Almost there. Fuck. Yo, let's go. Almost. It's the omen, I keep it 300, like the Romans, 300 bitches, where the Trojans, make me live it, in the moment, I'm 30 minutes, for the longest, when they finish, I'm devoted, and you know it. So follow me up to this shit about to go. Go, guys. Let's wait.
And I'm starting to say I'm possessed. It's the omen, I keep it 300. Like the Roman, 300 bitches. With the trophies, making me live it. In the moment, I'm in the minutes. With the love, when they finish. I'm the boss, and you know it, and you know. Stop all that coon shit. Early in the cartoon shit. This is that coon shit.
Guys, the volatility is shit, man. It's almost there, guys. Every guy's eyes on euro US dollar. Eyes on euro US dollar. Fuck. Yeah. The best has been suppressing the price. Yeah, fuck that. Oh my god. Be patient. Be patient, guys. Oh my god. Nope, nope. Nope, no, 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 no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, guys. No. No. Cut the crap. Cut it. It's not there yet, guys. Okay. Oh my god. Santai, bro. Santai, is there any like Malay friends? Any Malay friends in our group? Santai dulu, relax dulu, guys. Relax dulu. Patience is key in the fucking life. Michael say the golden words. Okay, Johnson say santai dulu, guys. We don't do any stupid shit. It's not there yet. It is not there yet. It's, oh my god, it suddenly lose the momentum. It's fine. Let's go back to other pairs. Forget about it. Okay, we mentioned that we want to like analyze free market, right? We talk about euro, we talk about Great Britain pound US dollar, and we talk about USD JPY. Oh my god, it's suddenly like it's like the balloon being flapped, you know? It's like suddenly I'm gonna show you guys what I think about this. What I think about the momentum, right? It's like this. Right? It's like a flat balloon. This is how I see it. Right? This is what I see just now. You know, it's like a little flat balloon that is going on, and it is. but be patient, because it's actually testing the market. But anyway, set the alarm there. Set the alarm right there. Be patient. We're gonna look at the other one. This is where where I need to like refresh my mind as well. Let's go to USD JPY. Not yet. Fuck that. My god, man. Another we're gonna change it a really chill song. Guys, it's not that I don't want to place a trade. It's not that I don't want to. You guys need to understand. I know that you guys, in the audience, and you guys are saying something like, aren't we do scalping? Aren't we like we need to like play some trade? Yes, yes, we are scalping, but I didn't say that we are gambling. We want to scalp, we want to trade, but I didn't say that we are gambling. But you feel the excitement, you know that I want to push that fucking button as well, but I cannot do that, guys. I just cannot do that. All right, if I do that, everything that I teach you guys in the past few months, past few years, it's all going to shatter, right? I'm putting my name in the line. As I'm gonna show you guys the excitement that I have in waiting for the perfect timing, but whew, we cannot do that. We're gonna change to a very slow song, chill song, right? We're gonna do some chill song. We're gonna do some FKJ song. One of my favorite artists. We're gonna do some FKJ songs to stay cool. Some lo-fi, perhaps. Yeah, some lo-fi. Let's do some lo-fi, guys. Let's do some lo-fi. The whole Wolf of Wall Street shit nearly got me, really got me like 10 full lots going there already. Let's don't do that. Yep. Chill. Santai dulu, chill, bro. Chill. Whew. Fuck that. It is touching. It is touching. It is It is now trying to touch the. It is now trying to touch. Okay. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Open up your Euro US dollar. Open up the Euro US dollar, you know, in your MP5, MP4, I don't care. Stand by. All right, stand by. Just stand by because it's happening anytime soon. Okay, go to Euro USD. Stand by, all right, stand by. Okay, it is almost there. TP 18461. Stop loss strategy 187765. Okay, guys, prepare. It's almost there. It's almost there, guys. It's almost there. It's almost there. And click it. Short. Let's go, guys. Short. Go in. Let's go. Short it. Euro US dollar sell 1.18650, guys. Sell it. Sell it. Scalping. We're currently not gonna look at other. We're currently not gonna look at other, you know, other trade first because we need to pay close attention on this one, guys. Entry right now. Entry. Sell. All right. Let's go. The TP, everything's set at I'm gonna show you guys. All right. So right now, we are gonna position is being, you know, do it already. One more time, I'm gonna show you guys, you know, how do I actually manage my expectation during, you know, session like this. After I place a trade, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna like go here. Remember, I want you guys to really prepare, you know, a small little ritual that you can have for yourself. For me, you know, I have, you know, some incense. I have some, you know, things that makes me want to stable down, calm myself down. And for me, every time I place a trade, I will use this as a reminder. So this is a reminder that I do. Have you guys watched the movie Inception? I'm gonna share you guys. Have you guys watched like Leonardo DiCaprio Inception? You know, there's a movie called Inception, right? Yeah, right. Inception. So Inception, one of the things about this movie is that he want to tell the difference between, you know, dream and reality. So he used this little tiny little thing to really try to, you know, remind himself where is he at, right? Is he currently you know, is he currently um dreaming or is he based in reality? So for me, what I do, I am trying to understand after I place this trade, I know that I'm risking $1,000. Okay, I'm risking $1,000 of my account to make, you know, $2,000, right? So this is, you know, I'm risking one pip, which is $100 per pip, and I see it as a bet. Now what happens right here has none of my business. So I'm gonna do this as a ritual so that I can understand that there's a difference between, you know, what happened later and now. Now this is none of my business anymore, right? This has nothing to do with me. The SL is there, the TP is there. So when it reaches to the middle ground of, you know, 1.1 to 1 TP, TP point number 1, I want you guys to set, and we're gonna really try to understand, should we continue to really trade it. So right here we place the trade, and I want you guys to take an alarm, set it at here. Okay, I want you guys to set an alarm at 1.18574. Okay, 1.18574. So that you guys, anybody TP right now? Anybody profiting? Right? Is anybody profiting? Okay. All right, Chad, I want you guys to write my student. I want you to write my student a note. Okay, this is a very important note, which is a technique that I use while I'm scalping. So currently our entry price is currently at 1.18650. And when it touches 1.18574, we're gonna move our stop loss, you know, to break even. Okay, so I want them to move the stop loss when the price arrives to 1.18574. Tell them to, you know, make an alarm right there so that they understand the whole thing. We want to like cap all the downside that is happening in the market, in their account especially. All right, guys, so I've instructed Chat, you know, my little AI helper right here, to write a note, and I'm going to put it in, you know, the Telegram group so that you guys can understand what I'm trying you guys to do. Okay, I'm going to attach it with all right. Just a moment. 16. All right, guys, take a look at the note. Okay. Oh, you wrote it wrongly. Wait a moment so that I'm making 650. All right. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say, you know, say understand. Okay. So we're doing scalp, so we're not really aiming for, you know, a lot, very long kind of, you know, range. So if it hits 1.18574, it doesn't mean TP. It's just that I want you to move your break even to that section. Okay. All right, guys, GBP US dollar. Come on, come on. GBP US dollar. GBP US dollar crossing. GBP US dollar short. Guys, GBP US dollar short. Okay. GBP US dollar short. You know, sell stop button. Sell stop button. GBP US dollar. Wait. It's crossing. It's crossing, guys. Pay attention. Okay. Wait. Before you say, guys, GBP US dollar. Same things. Okay. Let it spike a little bit first. We're gonna do short trade right now. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a sell stop. Okay. We're gonna do a sell stop. Okay. Sell stop and hang the price at 1.36. Okay. 1.36221. Okay, stop loss strategy, we're gonna do it at 1.36321, and the TP would be 1.36021. Okay, sell stop GBP US dollar, guys. A sell stop button. right? Okay, cool. Right? We wait for it to hit that key level, and then we ride the momentum to the TP. Everyone got it? Yeah, we wait for a while, guys. Wait for a while. Chill. Let's take a look at Euro US dollar. All right, spine is moving. Expected. Yep. We let it grow and then we let it hit. Okay. All right, chat. Please help me to write a note for my students. It's gonna be GBP US dollar M5 right now. The current price is moving, spiking up to 1.36250, playing around that price. And I want them to actually do, a sell stop trade, hang a trade right there for a short trade at 1.36221. The idea is where the market actually move out and then it's gonna like ride the momentum, pull back down, all the way to hit take profit at 1.36021. So I want them to pay attention for this one. We're gonna risk 10 pips for this trade, and we're gonna aim for 20 pips for this trade as well. GBP US dollar, 3:20 p.m. right now. Just a moment, guys. I'm gonna take so that you guys have a better understanding on the trades that we do today. All right, I've done sending the notes in the group. All right, guys, you're still with me? Sure, okay. Please don't do anything before it hits. I know that some of you, waiting for excitement to gamble, but this is not how we do things in our community. We want to stay healthy. We want you guys to really, can enjoy trading, learning, growing together right here, but not busting your account. I apologize if didn't meet your expectations, but this is how we roll right here. Okay. Now another thing about 5 minutes, another really good entry point. I want you guys to pay attention on this area right here. All right. So if the market actually hits a potential zone, which is around this place, okay, let us draw a really clear zone right here. Okay. If the market hits, this resistance point, I want to find the strongest resistance point. Yeah, this is going to be the strongest, right? If it hits this strongest resistance point, okay, if it hits this stronger resistance point, this is actually a really good, zone for us to trade it. For example, let's say it hits around here, all right? This would be another very optimal. Let me move that a little to create a gap. So this is, if the price actually hit this zone, I want you guys to see this one. Okay, if it hits this zone, oh, okay, if it hits this zone, let's take a look at Euro US dollar. Cool, still moving. Okay, if it hit this zone, I want you guys to really, for this one, I might go for a bigger lot size. Okay, I'm willing to take. This is the sweet spot right here. I want you to see. Okay, this is what I call the golden zone. This is what I call the golden entry. Okay, this is a golden entry right here. Okay, golden entry. Okay, the reason why this is a golden entry is because that it is a cross intersection between a key level that is from a higher time frame. It is much more reliable and it is much more stronger. The market reaction will be much more, tougher, if you compare with a key level that is from a smaller time frame. And it's a mix between, a 4 hours and a weekly key level cross intersection. And this will serve as a very, very huge momentum, right? We are talking about market reaction that might go all the way penetrate here, and then it might go all the way down, right? You go here, 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 right? This is what I'm talking about. So guys, this, for this one, I might go for like smaller lot, around like 10 lots. For this one, I might go like 15 lots, okay? For this one. So it is fine. If it missed and it didn't trigger, I want you guys to pay attention on the second one. All right, a golden entry point. I'm gonna share with you guys. Take a snapshot. Okay, pay close attention for this one. This one you can go for like a bigger one. Okay. Five. Right, so this one. Okay, so if I were to suggest two entry, but wait for the golden entry. Okay, wait for that golden entry. Okay, save image. All right, Chad, I want you to write a note for my student about GBP US dollar, Great Britain pound US dollar, where the price in the image you see it obviously is moving towards, the golden entry, where it is a cross intersection between a golden line that is from a higher time frame, from the weekly chart, and also from the 4 hours chart conversation. And we're going to see that as a golden entry for us to serve as a higher probability trade to do a short trade, which is the second position that I'm talking about. So I want my student to pay attention on something that is so important, which is the first position can be sacrificed if it then goes back. Because what we want right now is to, go for the higher probability trade that can make us more money with minimum risk. So we're gonna erase, the first position if it's gone too far. And I'm gonna wait patiently for the golden entry, because the golden entry is something that, rarely happens. And yeah. So pay attention on that price, which is 1.36352 in GBP USD. We're going short. We are going short using the golden entry. Golden entry, GBP USD, right? All right, I'm going to leave you guys a note for this one. Very important one. Wait. All right, here's the note, just in case you miss it. In the old days, I need to type, I need to journal down everything. It is a waste. And I don't mean that it's a waste of time, it's still work. It's just that it's much more easier right now. Just, to really put my thoughts out there so that you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. So guys, read that one. Okay, read that GBP US dollar. Focus on the golden entry point right there. Okay. Let's take a look at Euro US dollar. GBP US dollar. Prepare. All right. Set an alarm. Create it. If it's past there, short it. Okay, short it. All right, cool. Thank you, guys. Now let's take a look at Euro US dollar. Still flying. It's fine. Now, guys, for Euro US dollar, if it hits stop loss, right? If it hits stop loss, how can you like recover from how can you recover from that? Now it's easy. It's not that, you don't have to be disappointed. I'm going to give this another chance. So for example, if you want to really, recover from this, okay, I'm going to stand by for a second position as well, which means that I'm going to go in to, the 4 hours, because we are trading intraday, which is the five minutes, right? M5. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to spot for a reliable key level that is also serve as a golden entry. Yep, EUR is in red now. That's why we're going to like hatch it a little bit. Don't worry. Okay, so we're going to spot for a golden entry as well that is reliable. So right here, we're going to spot for a key level that is relevant, important. So we have key level 1, 2, 3, 4, potential key level right here, right? We have like 3 touches, very valid key level. So I'm going to put this into a golden, right? And then we're going to the 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, guys, if it really hits, if it really hits the stop loss, okay, don't worry, because we have another entry point that is currently right here. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is very simple. Right here, come here, create a clone, and we're gonna use the golden entry zone as a hedging system that we're gonna use. Okay, so don't worry if it go out and let it travel a little bit. I want it to go past, this zone right here. Okay, and then we're gonna open another position short, to hedge the loss that we encounter right here from the first position. Don't worry, guys. We're scalping. It is extremely normal to really hit the ass out. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let it float for a little while. GBP US dollar. Yep. GBP US dollar almost there. Almost there. Not yet. Almost. Right? Almost there. Golden entry zone. Okay, go to entry around this price. Set an alert for this one. Set alert. Let's listen to some songs, okay? Almost there. Almost there. The price is playing around that area, but don't worry, we're gonna use, another one for the hedging purposes. All right, don't worry about that. GBP USD, is it touching? Is it touching? Almost, almost. Okay, guys, so okay, guys, I want you guys to cancel a position. Okay, I want you guys to cancel a position for GBP USD. Okay, cancel position for GBP USD. Cancel the position. All right, cancel position for this one, GBP US dollar. Okay, cancel this one. Okay, cancel position for this one. We're gonna wait for the golden entry. Let me scroll back. Cancel first position in GBP USD. We wait for all right, higher probability. All right, guys, cancel the first position in GBP US dollar. We wait for the golden entry. All right. Yeah, Euro US dollar slightly slower, slightly slower. It's fine. All right. It's fine, guys. Just chill, just chill. Okay, guys. For Euro US dollar, I'm gonna wait for another maybe 2 candlestick. All right, I'm gonna wait for the price to close around in 10 minutes, and I'll see is there like any market momentum, maybe around 2 to 3 candlesticks. And if it's not moving in the direction we want, I'm gonna cut loss it. Okay, and I'm gonna use the golden entry as a hedging. Guys, I hope that you guys listen to my advice, which is don't follow my trade if you have a small account size. I'm using the money that I'm preparing to lose. All right, it's not that I want to lose money, it's just that I'm prepared to lose. So the market momentum right now, Euro USD is actually moving towards a session that is not really in our favor. It start to like consolidating a little bit. So for me, I'm gonna make a decision. Do I wanna like lose more or what, right? So I'm gonna wait for another 2 to 3 candlestick to see what is going on in that particular price action. And if it's not like really working towards my favor, I'm gonna make a decision to close it. This is how actually we work in scalping. We need to make a decision. It's not that I refuse to wait. It's just that we have a golden entry beside us, and for this one, I need to make a decision to really cut my losses short. Yes, I'm prepared to lose 1,000 US dollar for that particular trade, but still, if I can risk $800 or $600, why do I want to risk the extra, $400? You get me? If we are given a chance to really, make shorter losses, we should take it. So for this one, I need to make a decision. If it's not moving anywhere, I'm just gonna like cut it, right? I'm just gonna cut it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like cut loss for this one. It is, so guys, first position, prepare to cut loss. Let's wait for a little while. Let's wait for another few candlestick. Cut it. It's not moving, guys. It's okay. Just cut it. Cut loss. Cut loss, guys. All right, Risky. Thanks. Cut it. And then close the position. Don't look at it anymore. Okay, it's fine. We still have chance, and we still have a golden entry right here. So it's okay, guys. As long as you remember, for Euro US dollar, we're gonna really look at, you know, the short trade, and then I'm gonna give you guys a reasoning behind a short note of this cut loss. I tried the GU golden entry. Got put SL, should I hold? Where do you put it? You put it 136. It didn't, did it reach golden entry already? Oh, you didn't, you enter it at what price? 136350, 36350. Okay, I got it. It reaches to a golden entry. Got put SL should. Okay, so what I want you to do, okay, Jax, I want you to do is that you move your break even. All right, is it profiting? Is it profiting, Jax? If it's profiting, you know, when it reaches to a point around like right, when it reaches at 36268, right? When it reach 1.36268, yep, around here. All right, GU is working magics for us. Okay, remember to move your break even. Yeah, for Euro, too slow, guys. We better we wait for like you know, GBP US dollar. Yep, nice, risk free, good. And then leave it. Okay, and then leave it. All right, USD, Euro US dollar, GBP US dollar. All right, guys. Let me close the section for a while. Let's get back to this place. Okay, so almost done. It's been a really fun 2 hours. I hope that you guys learned a few things. Did we manage to make some profit? No, but we did manage to find a two golden entry point, which is highly potential to make profit. I took a loss, $800 something, but I think it's a good, you know, good virtue in trading. It's part of the life of being a trader. the actual stop loss is actually like 10 pips, which is $1,000. So I cut it short, save another $200. That's how I see it. But right now, yeah, we have one loss, two potential entry, a golden one, and some people are actually already trading GBP US dollar golden entry and taking profit. Anyone in GBP US dollar is making profit? Can you show the profit? Can you show the profit in the group? Anyone in GBP US dollar making profit? Show it. Anyone profiting? If you are profiting, show it into the chat box so that we can understand, so that I'm sure. GBP US dollar, guys, GBP US dollar. All right, so let's take a look at US dollar JPY. So right now, yeah, I think that's probably it. I'm feeling slightly tired. I try not to force myself when I'm in this situation. So sometimes what I feel is that when you're trading, especially on live stream, scalping, your nervous system, everything is sort of like very excited. You see, very excitement. You go into a zone that is highly focused, and then it's sort of like our brain works like this. It goes up, and then it starts to goes down, right? So right now it's much more chill for me, and for now what I do is that I will try to really stay away from the computer for a while. Like, this is actually usually the time that I go to the gym. I go for a walk, just to clear my mind. 1 hour and a half in the gym room, go for a treadmill, not thinking anything. And then after the gym session, I'll come back, take a cold shower, and then a cup of coffee, and then I'll go back to the charts and analyze the market for today. So that is part of being a trader. You see, it is not, we are human, we are not robot, right? And can robot make the judgment for us? Cannot, because robot don't have a judgment, right? Robot is no emotions, and we have something called intuition, right? Experience in the market. So, but even though we are gifted to use statistics, use AI to help us in our judgment, but still, the very important thing is that we need to really understand ourselves. So for right now, I start to feel a little bit mellow. I start to feel slightly tired. And then this is the time where I start to chill. I don't try to look at the market and go all insane and try to force myself for a trade. I don't do that. So before we end our session, maybe I can share with you guys something that I learned along the way, some contents that I personally, love, that I teach my student in the class. All right, are you guys ready? Do you guys want to learn something before we end the class? Anyone want to learn something before we end the class? Right? If you want, I'm gonna show you what we actually teach, in our personal coaching session, so that you can understand how do I think, how do I actually react to the market. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something that I teach my student, when I'm in the class. Okay, we have around like 10 minutes left. I'm gonna share with you guys something that I previously learned. This is something I personally teach in my coaching session to my student. If you guys want to learn how to trade, if you guys want to learn how to really make it in the market, feel free to subscribe to our official account. feel free to contact my personal assistants, my PA, or admin, to really understand what is profit in peace and what do we teach. Okay, so guys, are you guys still with me? I want to see everyone is still with me. Are you guys still with me? If yes, click on yes. I'm going to share with you guys one last golden nugget of wisdom before we end the session. All right, anyone want to learn something from my class? Are you guys still with me? Michael is typing. Bang Bang is typing. Bang Bang Sandy, Michael 9966. All right, cool. Zoe, Bang Bang, Zax. All right. I wish that the session with me is not boring. I wish that you guys can really enjoy, every single moment that spent with me, even though that today is not, the perfect day for us to make a profit. We do have high probability trades, but I took a loss, and if some of you took a loss, I don't apologize, because this is part of the game. It is not my responsibility, it's our responsibility, you and me, right? We play with the market, we respect the market, and we say thank you to the market. We leave it. Okay, so before we really end the session, I want to share with you guys something that is really important. Okay, some people say we should always learn from our mistakes. Okay, but to me, I think that in the market you can't really learn from a mistake. Okay, the reason why, okay, you need to understand, learn from your mistakes. It only works from a certain kind of spectrum. How does learning from your mistakes actually works, right? You can only learn from your mistakes, in a few area of your life. If you are going to the gym, right, physical skills, everything, sports, everything, you can learn from your mistakes. Okay, you can, because your body, produce immediate undeniable feedback, so that you can learn from it. If you stretch it too much, you will feel pain, so you can learn from your mistakes. So formal system like mathematics, coding, scientific research, because all these, have specific rules and logic, so you can learn from your mistakes as well. Social roles, if you are a teacher, you are a parent, you have a certain kind of responsibility and role for you to do. If you act beyond that, let's say you're a teacher and then you say curse word, you scold your student, you beat your student, means that you're not you're out of the rules, right? It has a clear rules. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that you can learn from your mistake from places like this. Okay, but in the financial market, you cannot really tell what caused what. You feel me? So learning from your mistakes in the financial market is really, really not a good idea, because in the financial market, things are very, very uncertain. Just like what we say, we thought that the Euro USD will go down and hit, but it didn't happen, right? So do you know what is the cause of that? Like the EU, like the position that I cancel, right? Do you understand the cause of that? You cannot understand the cause of that. We don't know what happened behind the candlestick. I don't know, is it like Donald Trump? I don't know, is it like Kim Jong-un? I don't know. How do I fucking know what's happening behind the candlestick? I'm just a human, right? So if I cannot really understand what's happening behind the candlestick, I cannot learn from it. I cannot learn from the mistake, because it is not a mistake, right? So I cannot learn from my mistake when I don't know what's happening. So this is actually, financial market. So in the financial market, you cannot really learn from a mistake. Okay, it's not because that we are irrational or psychological weak. It's because that I want you guys to remember, because cause and effect don't stay visible. It is invisible. We cannot just use our eyes and brain to understand what is the cause and effect behind the candlestick. You get what I mean? So we cannot really potentially learn from our mistakes if you're in the financial market. So here's something I want you to understand. The paradox that we are having in the financial market is that you can do everything right and still lose money, right? And you can do everything wrong and still make money, right? This is the paradox. So this is something that I want you to understand. When outcomes are unreliable, when the results are unreliable, you cannot use outcome as a reflection point to learn from your mistakes. You can only learn from your decisions, not the results. So therefore, the thing that I ask myself right now, there's two things, guys. I want you guys to really answer me honestly. During the live trade session, during scalping, did I wait for the key level? Did I wait for the key level? Did I wait for the golden entry? Golden entry. If yes, click yes in the chat box. Did I wait patiently and tell you guys to wait patiently to really wait for that key level so that we can click, so that we are not gambler, but we are actually scalper, a trader? Did I do that? I do that, right? So that is a decision. That is a high quality decision that I make during that section. That is number one. And number two, did I cut losses short? Yes. Did I lose money? Yes. But I make a good decision to cut loss when the market is not moving in my favor. So when outcomes are unreliable, judge your decisions, not result. This is something that I want to teach you guys, right? In the financial market, you cannot rely on decision random. You cannot rely on the result because, there's luck involved, right? There is luck involved. So this is what I want to tell you. You need to understand there's outcome-based thinking, okay, and there's bad thing-based thinking, right? For me, I only improve how I make a decision to cut loss or open a position. That's all. I don't think about the outcome because the outcome is actually not, within my control. Okay. So a bet is judged when placed, not when revealed. When it's revealed, you cannot actually learn anything from there. So should you learn from your mistakes in the financial market? Well, to me, you should learn from the mistake that you do when you're making decision. But you cannot learn from the mistake of your losses because the losses is not purely because of your fault. Because when you take a loss or take a profit, there is always luck involved, guys, right? There is always luck involved when you're trading the financial market. So should you learn from your mistake when you're trading? Well, you need to understand, you need to learn from the mistake that you do in the progress of making a decision, not after the decision, guys. So this is what I want to tell you. So guys, Profit in Peace is actually a behavior first trading system where we actually teach you how to actually, be a part of our community to become a stable trader, right? Usually when I teach my student, I will go through 3 phases. So which is I call the path. So for me, that's every student that I teach will go through 3 stages. Stage number 1, which is the monk phase, where I'm going to train you psychologically how to start from outcome-based thinking to subtly start to change in decision-based thinking so that your emotions is not triggered by the outcome, but you are more passionate and curious on really sharpening the quality of your very own decision. And then once the foundation is solid, I'm going to start to teach you the engineer phase, where I'm going to show you hand by hand how can you actually draw a proper key level. What is the reasoning behind? What is the hypothesis behind? How can you use artificial intelligence, AI, to actually help you to sharpen your critical thinking and your emotional stability in trading? And number 3, once in a while, I'm going to invite you to become a strategist like me, where we're going to trade long term. We're going to talk about holding positions that are longer time frame. We're going to dive into fundamental analysis, right? I do a little bit of 10 to 20% of fundamental analysis to really spot, what the market spectrum is, what is the cycle is, so that we can earn the really big chunk of cash that we all love so much, right? So this is actually a 3-phase program that I designed so that everyone, went from, becoming the monk, the engineer, the strategist together with me. And this is actually what I'm showing you, right? The monk is survival first. This is my top priority. I always say you need to survive first, okay? So I hope that you guys really enjoy this session with me. And more importantly, I hope that you guys learn a few things with me as well. All right. Euro US dollar, golden entry point. Yep. I hope that you guys pick an alert right there. And yeah, that's it. Hope that you guys enjoy some session with me. Let's see, is there any potential trades being on? Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining my class. And I'm gonna see you guys until tomorrow. And yeah, before Chinese New Year. We're going to have a short break for Chinese New Year. So anyone is Chinese right here, early in advance, wishing you a very, very happy Chinese New Year ahead, right? Have fun celebration, have fun trading, and I wish that you guys can be in the community of RX, learn, grow, trade, profiting in peace, peacefully with me. This is CG, Calvin. If you guys learn a few things from me and you guys like my vibe, like how I teach, feel free to contact my personal assistant, the admin, to know more about the program that we prepare for you guys. In that words, it is time for me, time for another student to come. And yep, peace out. So, all right, bye.